find out if Apple's new car crash detection really works. You just have to crash some cars.
Michael, anything?
Yes, a few weeks ago, Apple introduced the new iPhone 14 models and Apple Watches with crash detection.
Apple Watch Series 8 can detect if you were in a severe car crash. When a crash is detected, it will automatically connect you with emergency services.
Apple's feature comes 3 years after Google added it to its Pixel phones. Now, the hope is that none of us ever have to rely on this tech to save our lives. But that's all the more reason we want to know. Does it actually work? And what sort of crashes does it work in?
And that's why we came out here, to the fields and junkyards of Monroe, Michigan, which also happens to be home to some world-class derby drivers.
And the hometown of my producer, Kenny.
It's not Monroe.
Oh, say it again? Monroe.
After I failed to trigger the crash detection alert in bumper cars,
Nothing detected.
we decided to find someone who bumps real cars.
I'm Michael Berry, and I'm a 3-time figure 8 derby champ.
Yep, Michael competes in what are called figure 8 derbies. His car, consisting of a sturdy steel frame and not much else, is designed to withstand tough crashes. So he offered to do a series of crashes for us with phones and watches on board.
How does that feel?
Good.
And RS Recycling offered up 2 soon-to-be shredded cars to crash into.
Please do not do this at home. We took a lot of precautions to make sure this was done safely.
Michael is wearing a 4-point harness and a helmet. We also had Nicole Branham, a certified EMT, standing by in case anything were to happen. And of course, during all crashes, everyone but the driver stood at a safe distance.
I'm hiding from the crash. Tell me when it happens.
Okay, let's see if this works. Here's how I set up this not exactly scientific test. Michael is driving his derby car with an Apple Watch Ultra on his wrist and an iPhone 14 and a Google Pixel strapped in next to him. The Ford Taurus has an iPhone 14 Pro Max and a Pixel 6 mounted to its dashboard vents. On the new iPhones and Apple Watches, crash detection is enabled out of the box. On Google's Pixel phones, however, you have to turn it on in the Personal Safety app. Okay, here we go.
Crash detected? So tell us what happens.
We first thing looked at the watch, nothing. And it probably was like a 5 to 10 second delay. It then popped up, would you like to contact emergency services?
Michael tapped the cancel button here, but had he not, the watch would have initiated a 10-second countdown before calling emergency services. Apple designed the feature so if you're wearing the watch paired to an iPhone, the watch will display the alert, as it will likely remain on a person when a crash occurs. The Pixel in Michael's car didn't trigger, and the phones in the Taurus didn't either. So how does this technology work? The new iPhone models, along with the Watch Series 8 and Ultra, have a 3-axis gyroscope and a high G-force accelerometer, which samples motion at over 3,000 times a second. It means that when a car is going really fast and then abruptly stops or slows down, it's able to sense the precise moment of impact, or the change in that motion. The sensors and algorithms look for other things too, including a change in pressure when airbags deploy when windows are closed. And the microphones can measure sound levels. So it makes sense that Michael's car, which was moving at approximately 25 miles per hour, triggered the alert. But what about the phones in the Taurus? So we tried again. And again. On the second crash, the Pixel in Michael's car triggered an alert.